Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So, yesterday we were more focused on the S&P than this, but hindsight always is the perfect science, and we did get going. So, don't really, I just want to just double check this. I don't think I saw a rejection here. You had to go quite far back and then try find something here. So it wasn't obvious. I mean, this pin bar here was the obvious one. That was obvious. And this pin bar here was obvious. So it didn't really pan out like we were expecting, but the DAX was doing exactly the same thing. Anyway, trend is down. We are going a little bit parabolic here. Oscillators all group to the downside, and if you get onto the weekly, you can see fairly strong levels coming up here on the weekly. Each one of these tails, we've barreled through quite a few of them, to be honest. But we do have one gap at close, we've got another gap lower down. So it's looking a little bit shaky. It's amazing what the difference one day can be. And that is my next weekly level. And we can put the next one in as well. And there it is there. Right. So let's just get down to what we want to be trading on this today. So that's kind of the weekly levels that we crashed through, and you can see there's the targets that we're looking for at the moment. So 32,722 is our first target, and 32,507. You can round that off to 32,500. That is our next target. So obviously I don't want to be just jumping in short here. That's a recipe for disaster. I'm looking for a rejection higher up. Now on the 8th hour, that rejection is quite far away. But on the 3 hour, it is fairly close. So don't forget to just smash that like button quickly, and then I'll give you the trades for the day here. Now on the 3 hour, there's one more level that comes into play, and that is this range bar. We spoke about this yesterday, and you can see top of the range, bottom of the range. We tagged the top and then broke to the bottom. So the trend is down, but look at how oversold we are at the moment. I mean, we are really, really oversold here on the 3 hour, and we're parabolic. So you can draw a curved line like this, and you can see how it's just getting steeper and steeper and steeper. So I suspect you're going to get some sort of an exhaustion bar soon. May only happen down here, but you need to be very cautious about holding on to shorts at the moment. So hindsight being the absolute perfect science, as it always is, this is the zone that we were watching yesterday, and you can see we did get an inside bar straight in that zone for a move down, then a move up, and then a bigger move down at the open. So we'll look at this on the 15-minute. There's no other structure here on the hour, so really difficult because you're forming a flag here, and that is pretty much a bull flag it's forming, and the target is this top here. So let's just see if there's something on the 15-minute that we need to be paying attention to. Firstly, let's look at yesterday's price action. So I've got those levels in. You can see I can just fine-tune them. There's a tail, there's a tail, there's a nice pin bar which we did look at yesterday. Got through it, but look at that beautiful setup there. Bit of a pin bar, engulfing bar, straight underneath there would have been the short, and for the 50-point stop loss, I've actually pulled it above this tail here. So 50-point stop loss, sideways for a bit, and then a nice big juicy inside bar, and that inside bar was pretty much off this pin bar here. You're right there, and two other pin bars there as well. So inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. Below the 155, oscillators all grouped to the upside, off a level. You couldn't have wished for a better setup, which I missed. Anyway, instead I got caught out on the DAX. So that was the first level, and then there was another entry lower down, and that was pretty much at the open of the day. You can see there's a level that comes into play there. I've got my cursor hovering on it, and you can see we've got the rejection here. But that one would have been a bit more difficult to play because you've got this massive engulfing bar, so you would have probably only been able to jump in down here unless you were watching a lower time frame. Or if you were in up here with your stop to entry, it would have been a pretty decent trade, to be honest. Let's just say we jumped in on that one. Even if we had a 100-point stop loss, and first move, always a second move, there's a pullback, and there's a second move, and you got out down here, there would have been 400, so it's a 4-to-1 trade. If you're still holding that, it would be a 5-to-1 trade. Okay, anyway, that's hindsight for you, always a perfect science. At the moment, you can see we've got diversions here. We do have some structure. I'm just going to use these ones here. That is a fairly decent level to be paying attention to. You can see we haven't respected it. We tried there going into the close, but we didn't really respect that. So that is at 32,990. So 32,990 would be my level for a rejection. The other alternative here would be a break and retest of 32,919. Just keep it in the back of your mind that on the higher time frames, oscillators are really starting to look oversold. Granted, they can stay oversold for extended period of time, but I would be very cautious about just jumping in at the moment. I'd want to see at least oscillators grouping to the upside here on the 15-minute. I want to see some decent structure. If we do get up to this zone up here, 33,227, that would be a little bit concerning because there would be quite a big green move, or sort of quite a few green bars to get there, which would be quite a strong move up. So I would be a little bit cautious of that, although the trend would still be down. But yeah, I think the wise decision here is lower time frames. So if you've got the time, 5-minute, then pay attention to levels on the 5-minute. You'll see the structure is going to work out a little bit better on the 5-minute. So this is one level, but I still think this is the one here, and then you can basically move this level around because there's a little swing low there that would come into play. So between that and that swing low there, so this is 32,974. That's kind of my view at the moment. Bit of a difficult call, and on the 5-minute you've got this little level here as well, which has already been tested. So I think wait for Europe to open, have a look, see. I think you may have the possibility of getting in if Europe continues sliding, which I think the DAX is going to do today. This is going to follow suit, and we are targeting 32,722. That is the next major level on my charts anyway. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view for today. It's short until it's not. Just you want to be short off structure. Don't just jump in for the sake of jumping in. Wait for the retest, wait for the signal, and then jump in, and you will be making some money. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.